Hello and welcome to my channel, your channel, Elsmili Tube. This channel, which is concerned with culture, nature, and tourism. Today, I decided to take you in a journey to the past, a journey through history. So, in this journey, I will take you to one of the most prosperous cities in antiquity. In this journey, I will take you to Volubilis. Yes, this is Caracalla Triumphal Arch. You can go through it to history, the history of the ancient and historical Moroccan city of Volubilis. Columns and stones almost speak for themselves, speak of a city established in an agricultural plain with water, mountains, and valleys. But the city's origin remains obscure. Some researchers see it as a creation of the Romans, and others believe that it was the seat of the Moroccan kings before the Roman occupation. And the research continues. Anyway, because of its strategic location, and especially that the region had all the necessary conditions for the settlement of people. First of all, an abundance of water provided by frequent wells, rivers, and other water sources. Then, a land and a climate conducive to breeding, to agriculture, especially the cultivation of olive trees. Finally, the nearby presence of a sandstone and limestone quarry, which provided the essential materials for the construction of an urban center. Volubilis also had a strategic location as well as some Amazigh foundations. This village benefited from all the assets to supply and shelter a large population. In the 3rd century BC, it entered the era of the influence of the great Mediterranean civilizations, such as Carthaginians, which spread from the coast. Around the 2nd century BC, Volubilis was part of the Mauritanian kingdom, which was established in North Africa. At the beginning of our era, the city became one of the residences of its king Juba II, an ally of Rome, and then his son Ptolemy. In 42 AD, the equilibrium that had prevailed for a century was abruptly broken, while Caligula reigned over Rome. What happened then? Ptolemy was invited by the Roman Emperor Caligula to an official ceremony organized in Lyon, France. Upon his arrival, he was killed under the order of Caligula, who wanted to put an end to this Amazigh empire and rather annex it to the Roman Empire. This assassination triggered a revolt among the inhabitants of Volubilis, led by Edemon, who was a loyal servant of Ptolemy. The Romans, however, succeeded in putting an end to the revolt with the help of some locals. To crown their success, they raised a new town around the old one. While its inhabitants benefited from many advantages intended to ensure their loyalty. For 2 centuries, the city experienced a new boom and was transformed under the effects of Romanization. Its development seemed to have been linked to the new masters, but the transition was not that rough. Volubilis was indeed the most advanced element of the defense system against the semi-nomadic Amazigh tribes or the pre-Saharan regions. The Romans established new public institutions to ensure the devotion of great local families, who could thus satisfy their political, economic, and social ambitions. And of course, among those public institutions, you can find the basilica. Yes, the basilica, it was there that the public and administrative affairs of the city were managed under the authority of a panel of magistrates. 2 town councillors took care of the police, public works, and markets, while the municipal senates decided the construction of monuments and the establishment of statues in the forum. Yes, so among the public institutions, also there was a forum, there was also a capital, and so on and so forth. Here, this is one of the mansions in the rich area or rich quarter of the city. The mansion with the columns, different columns. There are spiral columns, smooth columns, and things like that. So in this quarter, actually, there are really a lot of huge mansions, a lot of them decorated with mosaics. And for the mosaics, of course, at the end of this video, we will see some of the mosaics found here, but I will not talk about it because I will consecrate a video for more details about these huge mansions, the mosaics, and other decorations and style of construction and architecture. See, all the material used here was brought from the nearby Jebel Zarhoun. Here we are in Documanus Maximus, that's the main street. So it was the main street and was originally lined with shops and gates protecting pedestrians from sun and rain. It was once the busiest artery in the city. So on both sides, and as you can see here, it's on both sides there would be shops, different shops. So you see at the end there, that's the Caracalla Arch. It's the arch which was built by the inhabitants in honor of the Emperor Caracalla and his mother Julia Donna to thank him for having granted the Roman citizenship and tax exemption for 10 years and other privileges to all the inhabitants of the town. And the forum. Here we are in the forum. This is a predominant public institution. It was the political heart of the city. It was there that the assembly of citizens would meet during elections, proclamations, and speeches. One of the main functions of the forum was the propaganda. For example, these steels, which you can see in the forum, or these huge stones put there, they were once surmounted by statues, which bear witness upon the desire to display to the inhabitants the value of this and that citizen. This is, for example, a high dignitary, and that one an army officer, or even a wealthy farmer. Yes, the steels are these statue-like in the forum, statue-like stones in the forum. And you can see the basilica on the other side. The basilica is bordered by the forum. Actually, most of the public institutions were next to each other, not far away from each other. The forum, the basilica, and the Capitol. The columns of the Capitol, you see them there on the right side. Yes, all these sandstones, sometimes limestones, they were brought from the mountain which you see far away there, named Mountain Zarhun or Jebel Zarhun. And this is the Capitol. The Capitol, actually, it was the first public institution to be built there in the city. It was in the capital that the official worship took place. Yes. It still also bear witness upon the greatness of the people from ancient times. And here we go back again to the landmark and symbol of the town, which still bear witness upon the greatness of the people who built it. It's Caracalla Triumphal Arch, which, as I said, it was built in honor of the Emperor Caracalla and his mother Julia Donna. Of course, to thank them for having granted the Roman citizenship to the people, to all the inhabitants, and also tax exemption for 10 years, also for all the people. And of course, for other privileges that they granted to the inhabitants of the city. Yeah, this is always the Caracalla Triumphal Arch from the other side. And from it we will move to mosaic. Here you can see some of the mosaic of the town. This is maybe an athlete or an acrobat riding a donkey and carrying a cap. So anyway, for the details of the mosaics, I will let it or leave it for another video. Here are the mosaics of another great mansion. That's the mansion or the big house of, and in the mosaics here, they are represented the 12 labors of Hercules. Thank you so much indeed, and see you in the next video. Have a nice time.